We are live.
I can just be mysterious. I mean, I'm either an orange block and a voice, or I'm in the chat.
No, you won't chew on that. Do both.
We are live. See if I can find us.
See if I can find it.
All your ads, by the way, Kevin.
Turn my volume down.
All right. What's up, folks?
You've been having. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were we gonna say?
Just comment. You've been having some really big companies repping on your channel, adding like HBO. I see regularly. But anyway,
awesome.
Start this thing off.
That's awesome. What's up, Brennan? How you doing? It's kind of a last-second deal. We're just gonna jump on here and shoot the breeze about toys and some movies, wrestling,
talk about some
things. Jonathan, what's up, buddy? How's everybody this evening? Is anybody dealing with the polar vortex? The tail
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, I think it's called the polar vortex. That little weather that came through.
It's exactly what it is when you live in the Midwest.
How much are you warm weather?
It's too cold.
Like single digits over there?
Oh yeah, and then you got the wind chill on top of that.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be. We're gonna be close to where Chicago was today, tomorrow. Like it's -6, and that's without the wind.
Yeah, it's rough. Everybody's all
Kevin, his channel, the grade of the advertisers on his channel has just gone from, the same old stuff to big advertisers that are using him. So that's an incredible opportunity for you, Kev.
I'm so humbled by it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like big time ads,
like mainstream stuff, man.
Yeah, like actual real
Game of Thrones, the new Game of Thrones season. I seen advertised on your channel, bro.
We're talking like TV commercials.
Man, that's pretty awesome.
Your dream of going mainstream, it's happening.
Small though, I mean, it's still nothing.
It's still a dream though. It's still happening.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I told you that I've actually been approached by a toy manufacturer to send me some free toys, and I'm going to review them.
Hey.
It's going to be some RC cars, like
dude,
do all kinds of tricks.
Starting out with RC cars, what's next?
Yeah, that's great.
Pretty excited about it.
Gaming peripherals, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
We got to introduce our orange blob friend over here. Who they all know him in the comments. They just
and in all the Facebook toy groups, fellow toy collector, brother TagTeam.
If they're in the toy groups, they already know what I look like.
They know you look like the Thundercats logo.
That's right. I'm the Thundercats logo. That's me.
Come to life.
Jar.
I'm just right up on the camera now, so it looks orange.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good to have you on, Judson. We want to be discussing the movie Polar later in the stream. After Kev shows some toys and stuff, we're of course figures is why we're here. We're going to be talking some wrestlers, old school, which is Judson's school.
At times.
Talk about early wrestling memories as a lad.
Honestly, the first wrestling match I remember seeing was an old school Ric Flair.
Like black and white stuff we're talking?
Yeah, like we're talking like old. Not like the not the Hulk Hogan.
Before the 80s. Before the 80s.
Yeah, like I'm talking like late 70s.
Okay.
And that was the first time that I remember, and it wasn't anything that I watched like all the time. I just happened to, be a kid.
Yeah, you couldn't really control
the knob on the TV, and came across it and saw it. And then when I got older, and when the WWF got real big, and Hogan and all those guys were in there, then I was hooked. Watched for a long time, and then UFC started.
Right.
And I got into that and forgot about wrestling.
Oh yeah. I think we all remember where we were when the UFC started.
I mean, the UFC was brutal.
It let anything go. That very first one, you remember, Kev?
I remember.
There was no weight classes.
They were doing all kinds of weird stuff.
You can even do nut
shots. No weight
shots allowed.
Yeah, broken arms. I mean, there was no tapping out.
It was like the True Life. What's the Van Damme movie?
Bloodsport.
Yeah, it was real life Bloodsport. The Kumite.
Yeah, it was vicious, man. And remember they were like, it was like gauntlet matches. They would go and go and go. If they won,
it was several that night, and the same guy winning would meet up with the other winners, and it was brackets.
Yeah.
And here's this muscle-bound American, Ken Shamrock, the Lion's Den. And here's this real skinny, quiet Brazilian dude in a gi. Gracie. And everyone's like, oh, Shamrock's going to eat this dude alive. And Gracie taps him out, and everyone's like, what just happened?
Dude, Gracie was a beast, though.
They're like, what is jiu-jitsu?
Now they all know it.
Now it's required.
You got jiu-jitsu studios just froyo in America everywhere. It's so
BJJ.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the other without an extra.
Without the extra J.
You want to talk some figs? Want to talk some?
Yeah. Do you want me to show you real quick?
Let's look at some.
No, I don't want to talk figs. I can't buy any.
Yeah, you do.
Man.
Secretly, he does.
I'm trying to get donations. Hook me up with some donations.
Turn the latch a little harder and show him some figs, Kev.
Yeah, let's see what you got, Kev. You always have good stuff.
Well, today I just finished recording mail call from this guy named Judson. And
I heard he's a Trump supporter.
I heard he doesn't know how to pack stuff. I'm all damaged. I wouldn't buy anything or trade that kid for anything.
All right.
Picture in the chat. He's very knowledgeable about combat sports and wrestling. Do you remember when Shamrock transitioned to WWE, guys?
Nope.
Yeah, I do remember that.
What a big deal that was for the time because he was such a huge star.
Yep. And then that opened up for Brock to go into the UFC later on, way later on down the line.
Yeah, because Brock debuted in WWE in 2002. Yeah. But by the end of 4, the beginning of 5, he was sick of pro wrestling, and he actually tried to get on the Minnesota Vikings. He wanted to play in NFL.
Did he really?
Yeah, he actually made the team, but he was like 3rd string or something.
I'd have taken that paycheck.
Yeah, he was there, but eventually they cut him. So then he had already burned down bridges with Vince, and he didn't want to go back to Vince. So then he started to train. He went to Japan and made some easy money wrestling Japanese wrestlers. And then he's like, let me give the UFC a shot. And then Case IH would come on board and all these other farming promoters. And he's got, I think Moke is one of his sponsors.
He killed it in UFC for a minute.
He loves Chrysler vehicles. Lesnar does. He's a Dodge man. I don't know if y'all know that. Anybody else a Dodge man out there? Got From Dusk Till Dawn's in the chant. He's a fellow cannibal.
What's up, William?
There's the wrestlers.
People in the chat haven't checked out William's channel. They should too. He's got some skills with customizing.
You remember when he was bragging about his content?
Yeah. Remember when Tank Abbott kind of followed after him? He went and did some wrestling for a while. I got to watch Tank Abbott.
Yeah, Tank was fun to watch UFC.
Yeah, he was UFC, and then he converted over to wrestling.
He was amazing in UFC didn't last very long, but
a bar brawler.
Crazy.
Yeah, like a bar brawler. So was that the Street Fighter Kimbo Slice? That was
Kimbo Slice. Oh God, what a sad story.
Animal.
He was an animal, man. But by the time he got into the UFC, he was already over. Like he was already scarred up his knuckles, and once they started kicking him, that was it.
What an insane story.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
The tale of Kimbo. Heel Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh yeah.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hacksaw.
Have they made it? Have they made an old school Hacksaw figure?
Yeah.
With the 2x4 and everything.
Yeah, there's an elite for him, Judson. You probably need to pick him up.
The black hole.
Quiet.
Hacksaw's actually in really good shape still right now in present day.
That's what I was saying when we watched the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to start talking smack about Jeff Jarrett, and then I was like, wait a minute, he's still in better shape than me too.
Jeff Jarrett was in the Rumble?
Yeah, he came out second.
I caught it late.
And because they're both musicians.
Yeah, so they came out with their guitars?
Yeah, well, only Elias.
Mm-hmm.
And they got into it, and Jeff Jarrett didn't make it very long. Elias did. He went pretty far.
Hey,
what's that? Mr. Hector. Yeah, it was pretty darn awesome.
You know who had a real sad story was Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went downhill.
Yeah.
Big time.
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was Diamond Dallas Page did that.
Yeah, pretty much Diamond Dallas and his wife saved Jake.
And the same thing with Razor Ramon.
Yeah, they helped save Razor too.
Because he was like a huge hardcore alcoholic.
There's a really good 60 for 60 about Razor Ramon.
Yeah. Hey yo, say hello to the bad guy.
Hey yo.
Or how about Superfly Jimmy Snuka?
Okay.
That was a
little Superfly.
It's kind of cool how almost all those Hawaiians are they're all like kind of partially related cousins, and The Rock and the Usos, and Rikishi, and those guys are all kind of related blood.
Yeah. And Tamina is still in the WWE right now. His granddaughter.
Yeah.
Superflies.
Oh, you gonna jump on, Hector? Let me go add you.
Look at that. Richard is letting us know that Jake is on a comedy tour right now.
No way.
Yeah, Judson, you'll be able to see him soon. on a stage near you.
On a stage near me.
I remember watching the WWE Network, and there was a little interview with Jake, and he was talking about the day that Vince was pitching the idea of being Jake the Snake to him. And he didn't like it because he hated the snakeskin boots. He didn't want to wear them. And Vince is like, well, that's just too bad, because if you were going to take this gimmick, you were going to be able to take an actual python to the ring in a bag. And the rest is history. Jake said when he told him that, what do you got there, man? I don't think he can hear us over there on that computer.
I can hear you.
Oh, he can hear us.
I'm just far away.
What is that thing with the eyes?
Oh, it's a puker. Or something like
Look at
that.
how cool that looks. It's got the eyeballs.
What do they call them things again, Kevin? Those things made me laugh when I found it. They're like pukers or something.
Curtis is in the chat.
Mr. Curtis.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy about. I don't know if you remember this, Judson, but when Jake locked Macho Man's arms in the ropes and then he let the snake bite him on TV.
Oh yeah.
And a bunch of kids in the audience were like really upset. They were crying, and they had like all the moms in there like mad at the officials and stuff. Richard is saying that was not planned. It was improv by Jake.
I could see that. Kevin, what's that thing called? It's bad that I bought it and don't remember.
That little monster?
Yeah.
Is this right here?
Is it a puker?
Yeah, Barf Buddies.
That's it, Barf Buddies.
Barf Buddy is pretty close, bro.
Yeah, I was close.
Hey. There he is, the Kingpin and Kingwin and the Queen.
Hello.
He's got that flock pop.
You got to keep the flock tight, so you got to keep the hat on it. Don't want to lose any flocking like her dad.
How old is she now?
She's a month old as of Sunday.
Then come see Hector's baby.
Month already.
You can watch on your phone.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
She's gonna get big quick.
Yeah.
You gotta tell the wives. Let the wives know that there's a baby on the live stream.
Baby in the live stream.
Like all the wives start looking up from whatever they're looking at right now.
Thanks, stop watching Lifetime.
Or reading a book, or being on a tablet, or planning our early death, whatever they were doing.
Well, at least tonight we have eyes on Kevin, so he can't send the aliens after Hector to silence him.
What's your earliest pro wrestling memory, Hector?
Oh, wow. I remember stuff since I have a really good memory. Nothing in the short term, but I think my earliest memory was watching. It had to be around the time when Andre turned on Hogan.
Ooh. Oh, that was messed up.
No, actually, it had to be before that. It had to be before that because Andre turned on Hogan in '87, so it had to be before that. I think it was. My dad used to always have me watching wrestling with him, so it had to be. Shit. I remember Dr. Death, so I think it was NWA. But like the actual storyline that I really got into that I remember was Hogan and Andre. One of my most painful wrestling memories was actually finding out that my parents went to see wrestling without me. Remember Polaroids? Remember Polaroids? There was Polaroid proof in my mom's room. So I'm in her room. You know, you go to your parents' room, you always try to find cool stuff.
Yeah.
I go to her room, I'm on the dresser, I'm looking for candy. Yeah. And I find some Polaroids, and each picture got worse than the other one. So I see Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and I was like, oh, shit. Then I see Rick Steiner. I see the fucking Road Warriors, and then I see my dad and my fucking cousins. I'm sorry about the language. I'm really passionate about it. So I see my freaking cousins, and they're all having a blast. This is worse than when you find out that your parents ordered pizza, and they let you sleep through the whole night, and there's none left in the refrigerator. So, and then the card that it was when Ricky Steamboat won the championship. I think it was Chi-Town Rumble, and my dad said that his brother had extra tickets, so there was only enough for him and his wife, him and my mom to go. So, yeah, it's.
Nightwalker brings up a good one. Do you guys remember the Shawn Michaels versus Psycho Sid?
Oh,
Sid.
You seen Sid in person, didn't you, Kevin?
I don't think I saw him, but when I was working EMS in Corpus full time, we had the contract to do medical standbys for a certain venue place, and I got to meet a lot of them. Not really get signature autographs and all that, but I got to say hi, shake a couple hands.
You were there in the arena as it was going down.
Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it.
Did y'all ever have to treat somebody?
No. Giving oxygen to like people like rock and roll concerts, but not wrestling.
Like people who were there and they just got hot in the arena or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, like Marilyn Manson, stuff like that.
Oh.
Did you ever kickstart anybody's heart, Kevin?
Not in a wrestling match.
Motley Crue.
Kickstart my heart.
Kickstart my heart.
Kevin was the personal, the personal, the paramedic for Motley Crue.
That guy always wanted to get zapped. Yeah. Man, when I like really fell in love with wrestling was like late 80s, early 90s. And I remember watching like Disco Inferno, Junkyard Dog.
Oh, the disco.
Same era. That was the era where I was completely hooked.
I would go back and forth though. I wouldn't just watch WWF or just WCW. I was going back and forth.
Yeah, it was always cool to be able to have both of the shows, and it was cool when you see somebody show up on the other other show.
Look,
I was just gonna say that they flip flopped a lot.
Yeah,
it's off.
Kingpin gets really passionate about wrestling, so she had to leave.
We thank her for her time.
There was a time when the UIC arena, it was a smaller arena on the west side of Chicago, would have show WCW every month. So for a good 6 months, I went every month. It was pretty cool. I got to see the angle where Sting was. Do you remember the Dark Scorpion? It was I think 1990. That's when Sid was going after the championship, and Barry Windham actually impersonated Sting. That was at Halloween Havoc 90, and Barry Windham actually cut his hair in the the buzz cut, puts makeup on Sid, powerbombed him, won the title, but then they revealed that it was actually Barry Windham. They gave the title back, but then Ric Flair started pretending to be the Dark Patriot or the Dark Scorpion. That was kind of cool. But for a stretch, I went every month for about 6 months. That was cool.
That's awesome.
Do you guys remember in your youth finding out that wrestling was scripted and how you felt?
I was mad.
People would say that it was fake, and I would get upset and cry.
I would deny it too. I would deny it, but secretly down in my heart, I knew.
Yeah.
It was worse than Santa Claus for me.
I didn't believe it. I remember when Hogan turned heel in '96. I was at my cousin's house, and it was like the worst day of my life outside of actually, real life stuff happening. But the worst night of my entertainment life was Hogan turning heel. I felt like he was talking to me. I was 16, and I started crying, and I never was able to live that down. My cousin saw me.
To stop.
No, she's not here.
Remember that famous interview with Raul Rivera when they made him partially deaf when he asked him if it was fake and a wrestler slapped him in the ear?
Was that the Dr. David Hope thing? I think Hogan did something to somebody. Didn't he give somebody a headlock or break somebody's nose? Was it
Geraldo, I think, that asked that?
And it was. And he smacked him in the ear.
I think the guy's name was Richard Belzer, I think.
And he was like, does this feel fake?
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
That was rough.
Okay, when I made peace with it is when they let 1, 2, 3 Kid beat Razor on Raw, back to back.
Oh yeah.
You remember the second week he had to run out of the arena because he actually had like the suitcase full of cash that night.
I missed the early days of Raw. That was a cool time.
God, that arena was so small, man.
Yeah, it was so different because you're used to watching the WWF and you see these huge arenas and the amazing production value. Everything's bright, and now they're in a little place. But I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
But yeah, but it is. You see Razor losing to some guy some little skinny runt. But
you remember when Vader jumped ship to WWE?
Yeah, but at that time it wasn't Vader already to me. When he lost to Flair, it wasn't the same. Because Vader, if you guys remember, that was the first time I ever saw a heel dominate a good guy. Sting.
He was a top heel in WWE.
Do you see how he did Sting? He would just beat him all the time. I never seen anything like that, and he would just dominate him. He dominated everybody, and then he loses to Flair. I'm like,
right.
It was supposed to be Sid.
Sting could never get a win on him back in those days.
No, he couldn't. Vader was too believable. He was dominant. He could move, but when Flair won the title, it was supposed to be Sid. But that's when Sid got into that fight with Arn Anderson and stabbed him a few times and ended up getting fired. And then they put Flair in the main event. It was a good match. I think was it Starrcade '92?
Probably
Starrcade.
But then Hogan ended up burying Vader. I'm a fan of Hogan, but I didn't like how they did Vader. They just kind of had Hogan beat him pretty easy, and that was it.
Yeah. That should have been built up a whole lot better.
Yeah. So when Vader went to but Vader did have a good debut. He didn't he like beat down Gorilla and then went up against Shawn, and I think he made his debut.
Well,
I think it was
they introduced him right, but then he kind of
yeah. I was listening to if you guys haven't listened to it, there's a podcast called Something to Wrestle With. It has Bruce Pritchard. This week's episode was about Sid, so they talked about Vader. They said Vader was in line to actually have the WWF Championship, but his performances were suffering at the time, so they ended up going with Sid. So that's why Sid ended up having the program against Shawn. So, but that was a cool storyline. Remember the barbershop where Sid attacked Beefcake and had the shaving cream all over his face? That's classic.
Mm-hmm.
Sid's heel turn on Sean was good too. Power bottom 3 times, but I think the fans cheered.
Our time had some really cool big dudes that were so good, man.
And agile, right?
Like Bam Bam and Vader.
Yeah,
man, that was crazy how big they were.
Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah, he was an aerial big man.
Yeah, I've never seen someone that big that could do somersaults and flips and moonsaults.
Yeah,
they were a team in Japan.
Oh wow!
Can you imagine that team going up against those Vader and Bam Bam?
Right. There's a guy in NXT who's really huge and he's pretty agile. His name's Keith Lee.
Okay. What happened to Lars O'Sullivan? Wasn't he supposed to be up already?
He's not in NXT anymore.
They said he was supposed to. I thought he was supposed to be on the main roster by now.
He is supposed to be, but he's not now.
Oh shit!
He's in AEW.
Star Toys is in the chat, guys. So I watched the Polar movie today, thanks to the 3 of you. All 3 of you recommended it, and all 3 of you were correct. You guys were not exaggerating. It was violent. It was. It had a good pace. We're talking about a Netflix exclusive movie. The quality of these movies that they're putting out is so much better than they were 2 years ago.
Yeah, better and better.
What I want to ask is, this is apparently based off of a Dark Horse comic.
Oh, really?
This character.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I wondered about that because in the beginning of the movie it says, from Dark Horse Entertainment. I wondered if it was based off of that.
It is. But the comic is not named Polar. So, like, Netflix did that for their own reasons and, like, rights and stuff.
Yeah.
But really violent, really good. Good pacing. Did not see the pretty solid cast. I mean, I can't think of his name. I can't pronounce his last name.
Johnny Knoxville was
yeah. He was the first one that got off. That scene really over the top.
Yeah.
Sad way to go.
Even the main character, he's been around.
I wouldn't have been sad to go that way.
Oh,
he went out.
I didn't know that was Rob. Rob from Plastic Cannibals. What's up? So, everybody, you want to talk about, like, Kevin, you just talk about when you watched Polar, what was the best thing for you? What was the best?
I really like how I just enjoyed the overall story. I just like how the twist at the end, and
yeah,
I thought this guy, when he went through, I don't know if we're putting spoilers out, but just what he went through and stuff, it was pretty awesome. You could tell the fear in everybody talking about him, though. The Dark Kaiser, the whole way through, they do. Like the one lady, his friend told him it's a bad idea. Pay him the $8 million.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the dude was an idiot, though. He was one of those guys that acts all tough because he's got his boys around, and as soon as his boys aren't around, he was peeing his pants.
Oh, the main bad guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I could not
stand. He was peeing his pants. Oh.
Yeah, he was pretty grotesque. He reminded me of Mojo from X-Men.
He was stubborn. Too prideful. He thought he was something else.
I didn't like where the puppy got shot.
Yeah,
that pissed me off.
Rusty.
Oh, that was bad.
I like dogs with a human name.
When that happened, I was like, this guy lost all redeeming qualities. I don't care what happens to him at this point.
He made peace with him. He wasn't going to heaven.
Like, screw this guy.
Hey, at least he felt bad
cute
about
dog,
it.
He like bought the book and everything, the how-to book.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Well, and then he got the goldfish and he had to get the how-to book for a goldfish. That made me laugh.
So we as a tag
goldfish are pretty simple.
recommendation on Polar on Netflix. It's worth a watch.
Definitely not for children.
It's not a kid. It's not a kid movie. Very good action. Really good effects.
Not family friendly.
No,
but
friendly.
It's got the same feel like Death Race did in the 70s.
That's what it.
Those style of movies.
Yeah, like the blood splatter right in your face.
My dog is visiting too now.
I see that. Oh.
Say hello, buddy.
What's his name?
Buddy.
Buddy.
But I do agree with what Hector said at one point. He talked about how it was like Suicide Squad and like 4 different movies put into one movie, because it sort of
has like the John Wick genre,
like the whole comic book sort of
Sin City
or whatever. Yeah. The way they cut it or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely had a feel of like a whole bunch of different movies, but it was definitely an original story, I thought.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
The locations.
Beautiful scenery. I like anything that has to do with Michigan and of course Montana. I like the scenery there. When he was being tortured, it kind of reminded me of Rambo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a bad torture scene. I've seen some torture scenes in my day, and that one was bad.
Yeah, especially when he got stabbed in the eye. That was crazy.
I didn't see him coming back from that.
But that
was more brutal than in Hostel when the dude gets his Achilles cut from behind.
Yeah.
I mean, the torture. I mean, that scene when he was getting tortured was worse than that.
Yeah.
I mean, but him getting stabbed in the eyeball is the reason he got free.
Because he used that remnant
to
get into the handcuff.
Mm-hmm. When it broke off, he got pissed off.
It's like they turned Passion of the Christ into an action movie.
Gave him a machine gun.
That was so sick of the machine guns and the lasers.
The gun controlled by the gloves.
That was crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
With the green laser lights, and he's like...
And we had just seen that in Thor Ragnarok when the Valkyrie had similar setup with her spacecraft.
Oh, yeah.
We just watched that Polar Monday too. My partner had just come off duty from another job, and he's like, I was falling asleep, but my partner was watching this, so let's check it out. I didn't get to see it all. It looked good. So we got to watch it Monday.
Yeah.
So
It's good.
I watched it Sunday.
tell everybody.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I took all 3 of y'all's recommendation, and you guys were right.
One of my favorite parts was when the leader was doing his sword routine. Then he showed his father. You remember the big painting? There was a lot of unexpected stuff. I didn't expect his friend to turn on him. I didn't expect the little girl to be, there was a lot of cool stuff in that movie.
Because he was having those kind of daydreams about that car the whole movie, so you knew it was going to have something to do at the end.
Well, that poor bastard in the hotel.
The little family that was in there.
The guy that he drilled into the wall at the hotel.
All the Mexican dudes, they were part.
That was great.
That was funny how he got pissed that they were making noise while he was having his party. He comes out. That was good.
And when they were trying to get him in the sex scene, and when they're trying to get him at his house, how did he get behind the sniper?
Right, he ended up way out in the woods. Naked.
Like he was behind. He like teleported behind the guy.
He was ass naked out there.
He was butt naked, and he had a gun, and he was behind him.
No one questions the Black Kaiser.
He was there. He was.
That movie went from an action movie to a softcore porn, like that.
Yeah,
the scene wouldn't end. I kept thinking it was over. I'm watching. I'm nervous. I have the volume all the way down, guarding the living room, make sure my daughter doesn't come in, and it just wouldn't end. It's like if you're out peeing in public, Not that I've ever done that, but if you're out peeing in public in a back alley and he just won't stop. Like, what's going on? Would it end?
Uni was in the chat from Plastic Cannibals. I don't know if we've already missed you, but good night, man, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.
What do you want to talk about now, Kev? You want to go into detail on your toys?
Sure. What's up, Jacob? Who we got here? Star Toys, Ricky. Yeah, well, I don't think it's showing anymore, is it?
Yeah, you can see Deadpool.
Yeah, well, that I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Judson that's here with us in chat. He was he knew I was looking for that Macho Man, and was able to pick him up for me. So I appreciate it.
It's a great figure.
Yeah, I really like that line. I think they have.
Justin, now you're regretting. You regret.
I wanted to keep it.
You want your own?
Yeah, I do want my own. They only had one though. If they had two, I definitely gotten one.
Do you guys remember when Macho wore that?
Stop.
Oh yeah.
The SS Intrepid. 4th of July was in 93? 94? One of those years.
Was 3 or 4?
Yokozuna. That was cool.
That was when he was still an announcer, right?
Yeah. He was the host of the event where they were on the 4th of July. They held a charity event to try to see if anybody could slam Yoko.
Right.
And Macho tried as well, but
yeah, and
that's when Lex Luger turned face, and
Luger did it.
Yep. The total package.
I didn't like Luger as a face.
You didn't like him?
I was into him. I was a kid though. I still have remembered him from WCW. And remember, he came in as a narcissist. I liked him coming as a narcissist. I was excited. Yeah. That's one of those changes where you don't expect it. The guy's gone, and now he's in the WWF, and now he's a narcissist. Bobby Heenan introduces him.
So prior to his WWF debut as a narcissist, he was a face in WCW.
Yeah, he was a good guy in W. Actually, no, he left WCW as a heel. He had won the championship in '90 when Flair. Because remember, Flair left for the WWF. When Flair left, that's when Lex Luger finally got his chance to be champion. So Lex Luger became a heel, and he had Harley Race as his manager.
David is in the chat, everybody.
Yeah. So then he finally leaves and comes to WWF. But he would flip flop, face heel. But it was exciting to see him in WWF because for about 6 years I had only seen him in WCW. But on that podcast, the Bruce Pritchard one, they talk about Lex Luger and how Lex Luger pretty much was derailed his big run because he didn't really buy into the character. He didn't want to actually go across the country in the Lex Express. He wanted to stay at hotels, and he kind of had the prima donna attitude.
He's been around a while.
Yeah.
He reminds me of in the early 90s. I don't know which game console was out. I think it was PlayStation 1 or Sega Genesis, I think. But I remember using him on a game where you just keep tapping the torture rack, the finish, and it was almost like a cheat because they couldn't move away fast enough. And I would beat all my friends with it. I'd just be torture racking people 100 times.
Was it the one that it had like Mortal Kombat style graphics?
Yes, it had all the blocks too, like Nitro.
Yeah. And when you would hit each other, stuff would fly out of you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Kind of cartoony.
Yeah, and you could.
That was WrestleMania, the arcade game. It was on Super, Genesis, Saturn, and PS1.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Arcade.
Yeah, I remember cheating like hell. Look, some of those old games where you just.
Yeah, Luger was in that game, and you could cheat with the torture rack.
That's good.
That was a fun game.
Oh, you could do it with the boxing games too.
Yeah.
You just double smash the buttons.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get away from you.
Undertaker was great because when he would attack you, like some shit flying out of him.
Do you remember? Do y'all watch a lot of Family Guy or no? There was an episode where he's playing Joe Swanson, like that old double dribble, and he would just hit threes
Yes.
from the corner. Call it a three. Call it a three. Call it a three. Or he would get Bo Jackson on Tecmo Bowl. He'd be Bo Jackson, and they never could catch him. He'd just run back and forth, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Yeah.
100 yards. Those were great.
Tecmo Bowl was so good.
Oh, no, who remembers using Bill Clinton and Al Gore and
NBA Jam. I was never cool enough to get the cheats. Wasn't there a thing called Game Genie that would give you all the cheats or something like that?
Yeah, Game Genie.
I never had it.
And then it went to Game Shark.
Yeah.
Yep.
PlayStation 1 and N64, it was Game Shark. But Genesis and Super, it was Genie.
I want to see NBA Jam again.
Galoob made that, believe it or not.
Oh wow!
I'd love to see a reboot of NBA Jam. That'd be great.
That'd be so good. I'd like to see a reboot with modern and classic. Kind of like you take a modern player and a classic player, and that's your team of two. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you gotta have some classic players. You gotta have Jordan in there.
Yeah.
And
they should just have the classic teams and then new people, and you could pick whichever one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just make a super team.
Raven, stop. Stop
it. She wants your attention.
No, she's chewing on the electric cord.
Oh, Lord.
So if my screen goes black, you know why.
And she's going to have her hair up.
She's short hair.
Yeah, those old games are great, man. I actually need to buy an old TV so I can play my Nintendo again.
And your NES? Yeah, they're on the CRT television than they do on the modern.
Yeah, definitely. Old tubes.
I think Venom Fang is done winning giveaways. He's trying to get in here, I think.
Ow.
Is he in a slump or what?
I think he's trying to get into the Hangout.
Oh, he wants us to get him on?
Yeah.
Thing in the house.
Okay, I'll go at him.
Full house tonight.
Let's see here.
Venom Fang is going to announce that he won his own giveaway.
No. He's like, all right,
sorry,
y'all,
everybody.
we picked that winner.
Sorry, everybody. I picked the winner. It was me.
I don't know how this happened, but
I don't know how it happened, but I'm keeping it.
But my name is coming up on the random picker and pulled it out of the hat too. So on behalf of that, I just want to thank y'all. So that's the end of this one. See you on the next one.
Oh, he said he's not off work yet. He's going to be off work at 9.
So we're trying to get Judson into WWE Figs, Hector.
Oh, okay.
So your videos are helping nicely with that.
Glad I could help. I got a lot of stuff coming up.
Oh man.
I literally I wanted to have a background so I finally put my group together.
Your background is amazing for the wrestling video.
Thank you. Yes. So
30 figures in the Rumble didn't even put a dent on your show.
No,
I wanted to do a 50-man Rumble, but I probably would have died.
50-man Rumble if you had like 5 rings.
I would have. Speaking of that, I got War Games. I got to show off. I got to finish. I got to finish the top, and I'll show you guys my custom War Games.
Who's there behind your head there?
Oh, nice.
Hector, who you got behind you on the wall there, hanging there in the box?
Oh,
and Shamrock?
That's the '68 Elvis special. Elvis, when he made his comeback in 1968, my wife got me that a few years ago.
There's Kevin figures. You got the Macho Man head on Deadpool.
The Pink Build-A-Figure set.
And there's a Rude right there.
Yeah,
I remember hunting for that set last year. I hit 17 Walmarts before I finally found one set.
To build Finkel?
To build the Howard Finkel, and then there was the Elite set where you build the display stage for SummerSlam. It had Mean Gene, Warrior, Yoko, and X-Pac. That was a fun hunt. I wish I would have been doing videos at that time. I hit 18 stores.
18 stores.
18 stores and found it at the store where I least expected it. The one right next to my friggin' house.
That always happens to me. I got a Target like a block away, and I'll drive 3 cities away to check. Won't see anything, and I'm like, I might as well check ours, and there it is.
I was so defeated.
It's called.
I was so defeated, but I gotta give props to the wife. She's like, "Oh, let's just try the one by the house." I was like, "It's not gonna be there." So she drives there. I walk inside, and it's friggin' right there on the shelf. Like, go figure.
It's the power of the wife. I can't find anything sometimes, and mine will go to the store and, oh, hey, aren't you looking for this? Yes, grab it. Like, why can't I find it?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So who all's got new content that we need to watch?
Oh, I got some great content on my channel. 7.
for you.
Sunbathing solution tutorials.
Oh, what head was that on there? Is that the Venom?
Yeah, it's Venom.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Big head Brock.
Yeah.
With the big eyebrows.
I saw somebody do a custom Venom head. I think they used a Frank Castle, and they'd added the hair. It looked really good.
As a Eddie Brock, but with Netflix Punisher.
No, they used I think it was
the vintage one,
the vintage wave Punisher.
And they turned the hair blonde.
No, they sculpted hair on it. They gave him a mullet, like in the. It looked really good. Yeah. Looked real good. I don't remember who. I usually screenshot stuff if I like it. But I forgot to screenshot that, so I don't know who did it.
I really love the old 4-inch from this Amazing Spider-Man Venom that his head came off.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was the blonde Brock, flat top blonde.
And those 4-inch figures. There's this one comic shop about an hour away from my house. The guy has this beautiful display of 4-inch Marvel toys, but none of them are for sale. It's his personal collection. It's such a tease. You walk into the store, you see all of them. Say, sorry, personal collection.
Yeah, one of the 2 reasons I wanted that body was one of them is because Dusky put out a video, Dusky Till Dawn. He did a video where he got that Wolverine with the bike, you know, the rider, and it has that alternate head with the patch for Wolverine, and it fit this body mold perfect. It looks so good with the tuxedo.
Oh, nice.
And then the other one is because I'm pretty sure that before this Finkel wave, they had the Mean Gene wave. So I'm thinking of now that I have this body, I just want to get the Seth Rollins that comes with Mean Gene's head and have my own Mean Gene just with the head sculpt.
Perfect.
So that's kind of the reason I wanted it. And these were $5 and Hot Cheetos picked them up for me, $5 a pop. So $20 plus shipping. I got the whole wave.
Perfect. Man, how cool would it be to have 6-inch G.I. Joes? Every time I look at Sergeant Slaughter.
If they come out, if Hasbro releases 6-inch G.I. Joes, I'm done with Legends and I'm done with Star Wars.
Could you imagine the impact that it would have? It'd be huge.
I will buy every G.I. Joe thing that comes out that I can.
Yeah, I would too. Like Cobra Commander, Destro, man.
Give me it all.
The only thing that sucks is we wouldn't get play sets.
I don't know. Maybe. Can always hope.
Yeah.
Can always hope. I remember I always wanted the aircraft carrier when I was a kid. Asked for it all the time, and I always heard it's too expensive. Too expensive.
Yeah.
Same parents.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I only got one place that. I mean, not one place that I got one. It was just one vehicle. I forget the name of it. It was a big blue one, and it had these long foam rockets. They were orange. I still have the pilot. My dog chewed him up, but I have what was left of him.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Do you remember the big Shogun Warrior toys from the 70s?
Oh yeah, the real tall ones.
That shot missiles like out of their shoulders and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I wish I still had those.
And those things are. I was watching I don't know if it was like a documentary or whatever, but they would even sell just pieces of them, and they'd make a ton of money off just parts of them.
Yeah, all that stuff. Well, especially the missiles, because that's what did we lose when we were kids? The missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were amazing.
I love it.
That was sick.
Why not? Yeah, 6-inch Joes would really be awesome. But like, I would hope they would do like the classics first, like the early '80s first.
Yeah.
Get that original Duke and Flint and all those guys. Roadblock, Lady J, Lady J, the Baroness, Destro, all the originals.
I'm gonna try to find a Cobra Terrordrome this year. I'm gonna whatever con I go to, I'm gonna see if I can find a complete one. That's my mission for this year. I decided to get back into G.I. Joes last year at the end of the year, but I'm only gonna do Cobra. No G.I. Joe stuff. Maybe next year. That's how I try to limit things. Otherwise, I'll go into a black hole and just try to buy everything.
What's up, Brad? How you doing, sir? Uber Hulk. Hell yeah. I don't even think about being a completionist anymore. That's why I don't really care if I jump in black holes or not, because I'm just all over the place. Whatever I like that week, I get. And I'm sure, like, when I get to put my collection together here, like legit, it's going to be so all over the place. But I don't care as long as I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all over the place. It's nuts. I have so many partial waves. I would care less if I ever complete.
Yeah, I'm about to make a trade with this guy over some Masters of the Universe stuff. I have the Ultimate Edition of Skeletor and Ram Man. So I was going to sell it to this guy, and he's like, would you take a trade? And then he shows me what he has to trade. He has a bunch of vintage Masters of the Universe, and I'm like, oh, boy. So I put off looking at his email for like a couple of days. Then I looked at it. Like, okay, so let's... I wanted to make some money, and now it looks like I'm gonna end up spending some.
And getting into a hole.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I like the new ones too, but it's too late in the game for me to get into the new Masters of the Universe now. The new
the Super Sevens.
Yeah. Well, the Super 7 just started, but you know how you still have to track down some of the other ones, and
yeah,
it's It's too much.
I want the new Super 7, the old school ones.
Yeah, they're nice.
I saw them once and I didn't see them again.
The ones that Craig buys on Narc.
Yeah, those. He's starting to do they're starting to come out with Eternity of
GameStop, right? GameStop is starting to sell some for as low as $15.
That's awesome.
That's
Anybody like?
I have
I like that Warrior, Kevin. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's
I like the scan.
Yeah, they did a good job on him. Very nice.
Yeah, I want that too.
There's the final moments.
I haven't had a chance to open mine yet. I like that one too. That one's sick. Short-lived tag team when him and Macho got together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like when Hogan and Macho were together too.
Yeah.
The superpowers.
That was awesome. The handshake.
So me and
handshake with my cousins, we feel like that.
About bad than Hogan.
The end of their tag team was the best though. When Hogan ran after Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that?
Right,
Elizabeth. Macho Man's like all by himself, getting his ass kicked in. Oops, sorry, getting his butt kicked in the ring.
Such a great.
Comes back. Oh, I was looking out for Elizabeth.
The execution for that, man.
No, the cool thing is when they put everything together. Like as a kid, I'm mad at Macho Man. You watch it as an adult, and you're like,
right?
Hogan was.
You're like Hogan was freaking. He's trying to swoop his girl.
Like people should have listened to Jesse the Body Ventura. He's like, he would call him the luster. He's got lust in his eyes.
That's a great Jesse Body.
Oh man, that line brings back so many memories.
Oh yeah, I got him complete and Mumra for I got Mumra complete with another Lino loose for like $20-$25.
I remember going to garage sales for years and seeing Lino after Lino after Lino. And nowadays I'm like, man, I wish I could find a friggin' Lino.
You didn't know you're looking at the bills.
Oh, that's sick.
Is this fool gonna stand?
That's on the
Kevin has the most eclectic display up there. You got Thundercat, wrestling. I'm actually going to pull out some Fraggle Rocks.
If I can find them.
They've corrected me on that. The Mega Powers, not Superpowers.
This monkey that I have here, this isn't the one that I had as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I was feeling nostalgic last year. And I remember this monkey that I had when I was a kid that you could put his fingers in his nose and ears and shit. So I was just searching the internet. Didn't expect to find it. And lo and behold, I find it. So I ended up ordering him. But this was like my favorite toy way back in '85, I think.
Or those, what was it? Manchichi, oh so sweet and cuddly. That's what it reminds me of. Oh no, it's not.
These are made by Rufus. Oh, those are cool.
Oh, now he's breaking out with the Simpsons.
So Brad Campbell's got a con he's going to in Dallas this weekend.
Oh, nice. Oh, there you go. Vintage Toy Biz. Tattoo Toy Hunter got these all at Goodwill in a mystery bag.
In one bag.
The other bag had the accessories.
Pretty good fun. I know he's got Judson wanting to get into vintage bad.
Oh, I'm wanting to. The problem is I can't stop focusing on the new stuff that keeps coming out. I want to put stuff back in my collection that I sold. I actually need to go to I need to go next time at my mom's house. I need to search her attic. I think she might have some of my old Kenner Star Wars.
Oh, that would be awesome, man.
In boxes.
It'd be a great first video for your channel.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got boxes though. Oh, because I asked her not too long ago.
Yeah.
She said, "I don't know
should
what
go
I have."
do that, man.
She's like, "You got a bunch of boxes."
Go
Like,
investigate and film it. Film it and upload it.
That'd be awesome.
Open it and find a bunch of chewed up toys, like chewed up boots and stuff.
You don't have to upload it if it's not good. You can just fill in the blanks that way. What's with everyone wanting to buy the little donuts that transform?
Oh, those are cool.
What are they called?
Shoki had those, right? Yeah. Shoki got some of those.
Yeah, I think T-Man Rice is the one that started the.
Kevin's got Batman up there now. We need to just go shopping at Kevin's house.
Oh man. Like I was
a shopping bag. Hey Kev, let's hang out. We'll just take turns. We'll take turns distracting him.
You hear boing?
I remember that.
Hear the original
G.I. Jose video.
Yeah.
G.I. Jose made his escape in that.
Yep. That's right.
When INS was coming to get him.
I wish we could do side-by-side videos. Like, if I could have Kevin's video playing and then I could try to, like, recreate it. We have Kevin's hunt, then we have my hunt. Kevin goes to somebody's garage sale. They invite him into the house. Give him all kind of stuff. I go to some guy's garage sale. I try to go in his house. They call the cops.
That's terrible.
That was so crazy though. That guy had like a museum in his house.
He goes to Goodwill, finds all this cool stuff. I go to Goodwill. I'm digging through the toys, and I end up poking myself with some dirty needle. I'm at the ER going live.
No, it's the ICU you go live from.
So, sitting here in the ER taking some. What are those shots called when you expose yourself to the post?
Like tetanus?
Yeah, I think it was the prophylactics, the post-exposure prophylactic. So I'm here getting my post-exposure prophylactic now. Just but every time I see a Goodwill, I think of you, and I'm like, shit. Let me go inside here and see what they got. And I walk in there. I walk around. I don't find anything. And I think if I walk around one more time, I might find something else. It's like,
Pickle Rick.
Eventually, here Kevin's going to go live on one of these hunts, and I'm just going to be calling stuff out.
I could probably go live like on some places, but most people, man, even at Walmart, I hear them playing music.
Yeah.
So it's that's hard to go live.
You can go live at that flea market though, and Goodwill.
And I wanted to go live at the flea market. Good Lord, man! They were pumping.
You need to go live. Have music. You need to go live at that vintage spot that you always hit too.
Yeah.
Every time you're there, I'm yelling at my screen. Kevin, pan down. What was that? How much is that?
Well,
garbage sales.
1985.
Oh man,
we have to go to that toy mall that Narc went to, Jetson.
That was amazing, man. I would love to go there.
The one in Louisville.
Yeah, it was. They had everything.
I got nothing like that by me. They had a flea market over the summer, and I went with nothing good. Not even no toys, nothing. It was a bunch of
Just
crap.
Hot Wheels, cars, dolls.
No, it wasn't. No, like nothing. Not even toys. It was like old dishes and stuff. Dishes, sheets, clothes. I'm like, what the hell? What is this? They were selling fleas.
Flea farm.
Here, you want this blanket? Bed bugs included.
That's what you'll find in Chicago.
Depends on where you're at.
Saturday and Sunday, and at work all 3 of those days.
There's a guy that he makes his living buying and selling stuff on YouTube, Goodwill, Facebook Market. He's in Connecticut. They always have his Goodwills are so packed with all kind of good stuff.
In Connecticut?
I'm gonna retire and move to Connecticut.
There's a lot of money up there. There was a lot of malls, so
Yeah.
I believe there's an overflow of toys.
Yeah. Most of the stuff that he sells, it's not really toys. He sells a lot of clothing and a lot of video games and movies.
Just merch in general.
Yeah.
You can make bank off of vintage clothes. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you have like old starter jerseys and stuff, like old starter hockey jerseys, baseball jerseys, those things are worth like hundreds.
Yeah. And if you sell them,
Some of them thousands, depending on what it is.
People in Japan, they love American pop culture.
Oh, I know. I wish I actually took care of the Jordans I had. I'd sell my Jordans.
Hey,
These are all 82s.
Oh wow, I've never seen those.
I haven't opened them yet. I don't want to open these packs.
Don't open them.
Open
Yeah,
it.
just some clothes. They're cool. I did open a few already, but it's been a while. And I tried the gum from 82.
You should did a video.
It was nasty.
Did you see the video of the people trying the 1989 Batman cereal?
Oh no.
Do you guys remember that cereal? I thought it was good.
It wasn't bad. Of course, I ate all kinds of sugary cereals when I was young.
I love the box.
Of course, when I talk about it, I still do.
My daughter, I have an 8-year-old, so I have all the best sugary cereal here.
That's a bad thing.
My kid mixes Fruity Pebbles with Cocoa Pebbles. It's an unholy concoction.
It sounds amazing.
It's good though. That's
really
good. I've done that.
I never tried.
It's actually really good.
I can't imagine any scenario where that would be bad.
Hector, you should plug your giveaway that you're planning.
Oh yeah. I'm getting close to 300 subscribers. I haven't forgotten about the thing. I'm still giving away thing as part of a celebration for 100 subscribers. I'm also going to give away a pop, and I'm going to give away a wrestling figure in February. I don't know exactly when in February, but I'm going to do it in February. I'm going to do it live, and Venom Fang is not allowed to enter. But I'm gonna have mods and I'm gonna have some tag team brothers in there making sure the Venom Fang is banned for the day.
He'll still win somehow.
Somebody named Venom Fang.
Harry, did you ever find Thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is.
I love
Tell you what though, that is an incredible figure.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he is so good that he takes away from the rest of the Fantastic Four. I think he makes the rest of the figures look like garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, obviously,
his character does that too.
The whole set together, but I think it makes it look bad.
Judson, he does that to the Fantastic Four as a character, not even boy.
I think they could have did a little bit better with, but maybe they're just waiting for another set of the Fantastic Four, like maybe a clear version of the Invisible Woman,
a complete transparent suit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Neat.
Complete transparent, and maybe another type. I want to see a classic Johnny Storm.
Well, how's Mr. Fantastic? I haven't seen him in person. How's he?
I like him. He's just really the only thing that he has the arms that they do have Buddy wire in it. So they're pretty cool. It's a good figure, but I think that they should give us one with a jacket too. So maybe have one with a jacket, removable arm. That'd be cool.
So why do you think? Why do you think they gave us Bendy wire with him, but Doc Ock got nothing?
I think because he was an individual figure. And Doc Ock, you know how they have their budget for each wave. I think if they would have given him Bendy wire, they would have probably gone over budget, or you never know. Or maybe they'll give us the Doc Ock in the future with Bendy wire.
It'll be the Marvel Select.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Marvel Select will come with Bendy wire.
That'll be cool.
I don't know. I'm kind of put off by building all these baths, because it seems like you build the bath and then a few months later Marvel Select comes out with the same thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Isn't it basically the same thing as the Build-A-Figure? I mean, they don't seem like they have like less articulation.
Like the Thanos, the thing with Select is they started off being basically statues, and they've gotten to the point where they're able to do a little bit more and a little bit more articulation, and they've just improved that process. But with the improvement in the process, the prices are going up now. I think this is the first time in about 8 years that the price has gone up, like $28 now. But I didn't get the Thanos one, so I don't know how he compares to the Build-A-Figure, but I didn't like the Build-A-Figure at all.
The MCU Thanos?
Yeah, the MCU Thanos. Well, I do have the new one, the mac and cheese one. It's amazing what a paint job could do, because I absolutely hated the Build-A-Figure, but I like the mac and cheese one.
Yeah, I went for the Disney Store exclusive.
I never found it in the stores. So.
Yeah, how is that figure, Judson?
I love it. I think it's the best one out of the three.
It does look good from what I saw in the package. I've never seen it in the store though.
You get him with his helmet on.
If I can dig him out, making me dig in boxes.
Speaking of the Disney stores, I have the Venom that I'm going to be reviewing this week.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna
one where it's
finally found them.
It's reused of the 2012 one.
Yeah,
and there's some new stuff too, though.
I wish they would have added an ankle pivot to it.
Yeah,
that's one of the figures that could really use it, because if you try to get him down in a pose, you got the legs just jutting out.
He's very top heavy.
Yeah,
especially if you put Madness heads on there.
But if you think about it, for $24, there's no way to beat that. The sculpt, the size, how heavy he is.
Yeah.
All the accessories.
I wouldn't mind having Monster Venom, the legend, but
I think I'm 3 pieces away from him. I still have to get the 3 figures that I didn't want. I don't want the Typhoid Mary, I don't want Spider-Ham, and I don't want the Poison.
Poison looks terrible. I can't believe that actually made Tim's list for last year.
Oh yeah, he did. I think he had. Did he have that pretty high in it?
It was like no, it was low. It was like 10 or 9.
Has he had the custom one made yet? I think he was going to make a white Iron Man.
It's all made for it, yeah. An Iron Man head that is white, I guess.
That'd be cool. I keep looking at your Thanos. That was my first Marvel Select.
My Thanos?
Yeah, Thanos, the Marvel Select. That was my first ever Marvel Select. I remember getting it and not being able to believe that it was $25. I still have to unbox my Destroyer.
Oh, this is such a great figure.
It looks amazing.
It's amazing. He's so fun to pose. Yeah, he's
a floating head.
Again, $25. You cannot beat
trying to
that.
get Kevin to trade me his forever. And Kev's like, nah, man. He's like, me and him sleep in the same room.
We do. I don't have anywhere else to put him.
That's such a good Thanos.
Yeah, I can't find my Thanos. He's buried.
I'm ready for a vintage Hulk, for an old school Hulk.
I want a Hulk wave.
Oh man, it's time.
It's beyond time, dude. Hulk shouldn't be one of
wave with just
Hulk. You have to pay aftermarket prices to get one.
Yep.
He should be readily available in the stores.
Should be.
Stop. Kev, is it bedtime?
Kevin is spotting some more paranormal.
Oh, sweet sentence. That's sweet, Justin.
Oh, that's nice.
You have the same one, don't you? Don't you have 2?
That's the new one. I haven't taken it out of the box yet.
Oh, I had to. This thing's a beast.
Oh, I got a box plan.
He's awesome.
You think Hasbro will make a Galactus? How sick would it be if they did a Galactus 18-inch? I know it'll never happen, but
well, the Toy Biz one is still fine.
It's good. It's good. I just want one bigger because you know how they have the big figs. Where are they? 18 inches or those big ass the big old Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
I want a Galactus that big.
That's such a nice Build-A-Figure.
You see people with 10 and 15 of them.
Have you guys seen the what is the DC Savage line yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Not in
already got one.
There's already a wave 2 with Superman and.
I wasn't really impressed by
Mr. Freeze.
I got the Mr. Freeze variant. Yeah, Superman and the dog, whatever his name is, forgot.
There's a dog?
Yeah, Superman always had a dog in the vintage cartoons. He had superpowers also. He flew.
Oh, like his mount is a dog?
He had a little white dog that was a super dog also. Oh. He had a name, I just can't remember it off the top of my head.
Don't they have the cat and the panther?
Panther.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be in
the wave 1 of the Primal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have he has a wolf that Batman rides.
Mm-hmm.
But Batman had a dog too. In the old cartoons and old comics, Batman had a dog too for a while. I can't remember his name.
And Joker has one that he rides too?
Yeah, they made it into a ride. Aw, Judson doesn't like us no more.
He took his Build-A-Figure and went.
Yeah, Ace the Bat Hood. There you go. Brad said Ace the Bat Hound. And Crypto. Crypto was the super dog that Superman had. And they came out in the comics quite a bit. I actually want to go back and reread the storyline with Batman and Superman's kids.
That's cool.
Oh, Kingdom.
Damon and whatever his kid was named. Superman's kiddo. But yeah, Wave 2's already been shown with a all new set of people. Superman. That's pissed off.
Are you ready for bed, bro?
Yeah, Brad, me too. I would like to get them all eventually also. Yeah, Super Sons. And she's triggering his mic, so it's staying on his camera. Yeah, whenever you're ready, man.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm ready to call it when you are.
Okay, guys. I guess we're going to make it a short one tonight because everybody's got to work so early. I just got off of 48 this morning, and I got to go to a 24 out of 10 in the morning.
Yeah, you need to rest, man.
Peace out, guys. I'm going to go ahead and call it.
Oh, good episode.
Very good, sir.
Had fun.
Maybe we can do this another time.
Of course.
And we'll let everybody know more than half an hour till.
Wednesdays is always a good night for me.
I got a bunch of new stuff, but it's new old stuff. Today I'm making a video of I think it's 5 wrestling figures I got, and I also need to unbox a massive lot of vintage figures and vehicles and all that. So we'll see you, Mr. V, Curtis, Brad, Ricky, Dusky.
Hey, good night, Hector.
We're gonna go ahead.
Good night, guys.
Take it easy, man. Bye, little baby.
Oh no! Oh no! Good night, guys.
Okay, y'all take care, everyone. Never give up that hunt. Everybody throw out their taglines. Pew 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 pew.
Tagline.
See you, Ricky.
You want to feel the cold on your back? Hold on. Drop you, baby. What did you say? When I drop you, baby? Roll off the pillow and onto the floor. I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed. It rolled off the table and onto the floor. And then my poor meatball rolled all over the Patriots in the Super Bowl. My friend.